What's up guys, Celestia here again, back with another guide. This time it's for the Reese boss fight, and she is actually a fairly easy boss. It did take me a couple attempts to actually beat her. The best thing about this boss fight is we have been taught to not try and brink block magic attacks, but with her magic attacks, if you do brink block them, you send them straight back at her face, which is amazing because they actually do really good damage. And even there you saw reflecting it back when she tried to stab me. They do really good damage, and it means you don't have to waste your stamina trying to dodge. You can just reflect the beams and shit that she does, and then that'll do damage, it'll decrease her stamina, all that sort of thing. And even when she's flying around later, you can actually do it while she's in the air, and it'll knock her out of the air if she's close to being staggered. So she does do quite a lot of slowish moves in the first phase. It's later on that she gets really fast. So you just want to keep on the pressure at this phase and just basically do your big attacks, basically get her down as fast as possible, because this phase you need to do without too much damage, because the other phases are actually quite dangerous. So these magic attacks that you see popping up here, this move here has very similar speed to Trocca's move that she does with you. So if you got that timing down, this is probably going to be quite easy for you. And like I said, make sure you're just deflecting the spells during this phase, getting her down as fast as possible. She does have a little shield type thing, like you just saw there. It can be kind of broken and it'll stagger her out of it, pretty much like every mage in this game. And like I said before, I complained that we didn't have any mage bosses, but now we're getting all the mage characters. So yeah, strap in because there's quite a lot of them. This one here, when she has the little shield balls up, you can hide behind here, but you can actually just go out and let the beams try and hit you, because like I said, you can brink block them and reflect. So there you go, instantly reflects it back at her. When I found this out, I was like, oh my god, this makes this fight so much easier. And then we just need to basically get her health down and avoid all the stuff she's putting on the floor. Try and break the shield if you can, because it'll give you a good opportunity to like actually deal damage to her, and also will stop you from getting hurt too much while trying to get into her next phase. So even here, best thing to do is probably just get to one of the sides so you're not going to get hit if you're unsure about reflecting the magic. She can be quite annoying about putting up 3 of these big magic holes. When you stagger her or when you're trying to attack her like quite quickly, she might still have those portals up, so you always need to keep an eye on the skies a little bit just to see if she has spawned one of them or if they still linger, because they do linger for a little bit when she spawns the 3 of them. This is her sort of pseudo-ish change, where she does seem to move a little bit faster. Her
being a bit more
big holes on the ground are a bit bigger, and then she'll try and summon these things a bit more often. And that's a single one, which will keep spamming as well. And then she'll try and fly around and hit you with these ones too. So you're going to have to watch for a lot of magic. But the best thing about it is the fact you can actually reflect it, which is amazing. I wouldn't recommend trying to reflect that one, because if you don't, you do take quite a lot of damage. And I'm pretty sure I died a couple times from trying to do that. So if you want to dodge that, or if you want to dodge at least something, dodge that instead, because it does do a lot of crazy damage. It doesn't reflect that one either, it just basically stops it so you can get out of the way. And here we go, we're about to push her to her second phase. So close, so close. There we go. Second phase achieved. And she's still going to do her magic attacks here, these ones too. I didn't brink block any of those, unfortunately, so they didn't reflect. And like you can see, she does build up chaos, but I've noticed, unlike other bosses, her chaos doesn't build up anywhere near as much. So even if she's spamming spells at you and you're reflecting them with your brink block, nothing's going to happen. Literally, I never got chaosed with her, I don't think. Just make sure your health's topped up, and I use Earth Enhancer here just in case, just to see if it can do any more damage. You could try potentially using poison if you want to maybe get a little bit of a tick on her, or even fire. But yeah, it's just something extra if you want to do. I was just doing this just to see. And with Greatsword, you can charge her attacks when she's trying to do things, but she does tend to move out the way quite a bit. These are the ones that you want to focus on brink blocking so you can get her stamina down. And like I said, she does move a little bit faster in this state, but she doesn't do as much magic. It's more physical attacks with some magic added on top. And this is a tiny bit faster. It's not as fast as Trocca's one when she goes to her next phase. It is quite fast, but if you've mastered the timing for the first one, trust me, you're not going to have any issues. And when she does transform there, she does a little bit of damage, so I would maybe recommend getting out of the way of that. But if you want to tank it, it's fine. I've still got this armor on from previously, which basically if I brink block things, I'll get a health buff that will regenerate my health for a short period of time, unless I get hit. So you'll probably see my health regenerating throughout this fight, which is great, because I used this armor pretty much until the last boss. Once I got to the last boss, I had to switch it because I needed a bit more survivability.
No, move
this
away.
one is the one where I'm like, I should probably dodge out the way. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'm
always
not even
dodge
gonna try
that if
and
you
reflect
can,
that
because
one.
that one's a little bit more difficult to brink block. And she does sort of have a pseudo second phase during this fight as well, where she goes a bit faster, can teleport, things like that. So keep an eye out for that. She will do that roughly about 50%-ish, or maybe a bit lower. So if she does a lot of these, then great, because you're just going to be able to counterattack those and then get a lot of damage on her. This move right here is one of my favorites. It comes with this armor set when you have the full set, and it's so good. The stats that I have for this build, I'll try and list them at the end. Not 100% going to guarantee that I will, because during this point I was basically the level that you should be, and I had a lot in strength, a decent amount in stamina, not too much in health, and that was pretty much it. And the spirit I had was Keshta, the very first spirit you get, which is why my stamina recovers so quick. And as you can see, I've got a stamina buff there too. That's part of the things that you can get in the tree for Greatsword. So have a look through the tree and pick out the skills that increase your stamina regen. Especially the one where you brink, block and attack. That was actually mistranslated, but now they've fixed it, thankfully. I think that's on the far right, or it's in the common section. So yeah, she's pretty simple at this point. Is when she starts going a bit more mental later on. So pretty basic attack. She's going to do a lot of these if you're quite far away, just to charge you. But that's good, because then we can do this, get a lot of damage. And then she's going to start transitioning to her second phase within her second phase. That's what I kind of love about this game. It always keeps you on your toes. Like, I'm someone who's played a lot of Souls-like games and all the Souls games and things as well. And most of them are just, here's phase 1, here's phase 2, and then that's it.
Oh,
but this game has, like, characters that have 3 phases, 4 phases, like, a phase within a phase, like, things like that. It's crazy. It's so good, though. See, this is where the chaos might start building up, so this is a bit dangerous. The spells, when you brink block them, not so much, but her scythe attacks, yes. So as you saw, if I didn't block that there, I was dead. So if you have any of the cleanse potions for chaos, I would suggest maybe like keeping them on you. I don't think you can craft them by this point, so I would maybe just recommend saving the ones you've got, or just trying not to get hit by her scythe attacks. But if you brink block the scythe attacks, you will still get hit by the chaos effect. Not all of it, because this is the normal scythe when she charges it up. Because she goes back to sort of normal for a second.
Fucker.
And then she tries to bait you here, which is hilarious. I was so thrown off by this. I was like, should I try and do it next time? But yeah, she does go back to the normal way of doing it. She just tries to bait you into doing that, so you'll get hit by something else. A lot of her moves here are quite similar. That one is a little bit different though. So yeah, be careful of that one, because that can build chaos very quickly. And also, yeah, it's roughly the same timing as the previous one. All you need to do is just parry it at the right time, similar to the one where she charges from afar. It's the sort of slower version. So I would maybe say, when you get to this phase, if you're struggling with that, just persevere, because you will eventually master the timing of it. And I just used the transformation there just to survive. Also, the willpower orbs that I've got here, in case you're trying to learn a fight, I would maybe use them, or in case you're really close to the end of a fight, keep them on. Because, as you see, I'm very close to the end of this fight and I have no healing items. So I make sure that I can heal myself a little bit with the willpower orbs. Then I actually just have enough to kill her here. But with the willpower orbs, you do need 3 of the spirit gauges. Yes! So if you're unlike me and don't have a set of armor that increases your spirit gain, or if you don't have the skills within the tree that increase your spirit gain and things like that, you might not have enough to use them, because you might be spending the spirit on defensive skills, offensive skills, things like that. But that's it for the Reese fight, guys. She's fairly straightforward, and like I said, because you can actually reflect her spells, it makes this so much better, because you can damage her while she's flying around. When she gets down to the ground, when she starts throwing things at afar, you can do that too. Just be careful of the charged up scythe attacks that can really damage you and inflict a lot of chaos onto you. I will have a few more boss guides left to do. I've 100%ed this game and got the platinum already. But if you guys are enjoying the guides, leave a comment. Let me know how you're enjoying the game. I'll be doing one for the final boss and whatever other bosses are in between at this point. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.